Hi friends, today we are working in our green second grade grammar book and we'll be working on pages 36 and 37. So once again, I am so sorry that this is so out of order, but we are doing our best. Can you believe that here's 37 right here? But we need to turn a couple more pages until we get to 36. Oh my goodness sakes. So this is the page that we're working on today. Now we're gonna do something that might feel a little uncomfortable to you today, but that's okay. Sometimes it's okay to be uncomfortable. I wanna remind you that you can use your whisper voice or you can use your regular voice, but you do need to use your voice today to practice saying these words. So let's review real quick about what we have learned so far. So the first thing that we talked about was that nouns are a person, place, or thing. So we did this whole activity where we figured out what the nouns were in this little kind of story about the frogs. Then the next thing we talked about was plural nouns. And we learned that there are two different kinds of plural nouns. There are some that end in just S, so you just add an S. And then we learned that there are others that we need to add an ES to. And those are the ones that end in S's, SH, CH, or X. And we just add an ES to that, and then it makes sense, it sounds right, and it's just the way that word works. Well, can you believe that there is still another kind of noun? And this noun, they don't end with S or ES. These nouns use a new word to name more than one. So, for example, we have a child. But when we have more than one child, we don't say childs, we say children. So go ahead and unmute yourself right now and say child one time quickly. Make sure your microphone is off. And now turn your microphone back on and say children one time quickly. All right, thank you so much. Make sure your microphone is back off as soon as you're done speaking. The next one we're looking at is we have one man, but when we have more than one man, we call them men. So everybody unmute yourself one time and say man, men. All right, friends, and let's move on to the next one. Here we have a goose, but when we have a group of them, we call them geese. Everybody unmute yourself and say one time, goose, geese. All right, so turn your microphone back off. That way everybody can hear. The next one says mouse, but we don't say mouses, we say mice. Unmute yourself one time and say mouse, mice, and then turn your microphone off. All right, and the last one, you have these, and most of us don't have only one, we have two. And when we have two, you have a foot, but when you have two, you don't call them foots, you call them feet. Unmute yourself one last time and say foot, feet. Okay, so turn your microphone off. And on this one, you might practice unmuting yourself at home to say these, or sorry, not unmuting. You might practice saying these things out loud, but my expectation is you will keep your microphone off the whole time unless your teacher calls on you because you have your hand up. So we have these 3 words that are in this row. For number 1, we have the word mouse, man, or geese. Which one of those is the plural? Raise your hand right now if you can tell me which noun is the plural noun. I'll pause and call on somebody. Nice work, friends. Yes, our plural noun is the word geese. The next one says men, foot, child. Do this one on your own. Men, foot, child. If you're doing this on your own, you can pause while you think about it, but I'm going to keep going right now to number 3. Number 3 says goose, children, feet. Goose, children, feet. I see more than one plural noun in that row. So you should be circling 2 different words in that one. Number 4 says man, child, mice. Which one is the plural noun? Man, child, mice. All right, friends, we are not done yet. I will pause while you finish this page up for 2 minutes, and then we'll move on to the next one. All right, we're looking at page 37 now. 37 looks like that. And we are on this page and we had to go backwards. I'll show you what I did in case you missed it. I went like this, 1, 2, and then I was able to get to this page. All right, so on this one, we're gonna practice doing a little bit of writing. We have this page that has these children playing in the lake while somebody's fishing, and there are some geese over there. Also, it looks like there are some branches. So it says, this is what we just did. Some plural nouns use a new word to name more than one. Choose the plural noun that belongs in each sentence. Write it on the line. So they have the word right in here. And so you need to try them out and make sure they sound right. The something, fish at the pond. The man's fish at the pond. Well, I can tell right away that man's is not even a word. So I'm gonna write men right here. And I X'd out man's. Number 2 says, oh, let me know if you need me to pause for a minute. Just raise your hand and tell me politely. Number 2 says, the children, or sorry, let me read it with a blank. The blank play with a little ship. The children play with a little ship. The child's play with a little ship. I'll pause and you can tell me what you think. Nice work, friends. I'm noticing they made a really small line here, so you're gonna have to be careful and write very neatly. The children. All right, so we did 2 together. You're gonna do the last 3 on your own. I will read them to you and pause after each one. And when you're completely finished, I want to see a picture of each page on Seesaw. They see the print of many something in the sand. They see the prints of many feet. They see the prints of many foots in the sand. Number 4 says, do something live here? Do mouses live here? Do mice live here? Remembering you're Xing the wrong one out and writing the correct word on the line. Number 5, no, the something live in the pond. No, the gooses live in the pond. No, the geese live in the pond. When you're finished, take a picture and post it to Seesaw. Thank you for learning about plural nouns with me, friends. I'll see you next time.